Day one was mainly our drive up to Denali National Park from Anchorage. We stayed in this sweet log cabin VRBO just outside of the national park with my family. The area was beautiful and quiet, and we would usually go on walks in the afternoon while we stayed here, and we also got to meet a professional dog sled racer whose kennels were in the neighborhood. It was overall a really beautiful stay right outside the national park. We cooked most meals in, which is always a great time of connection and conversation in my family. So on day 2, we made breakfast, packed sandwiches for lunch, and headed off to drive through Denali National Park. Alaska felt like the mountains in all of my favorite movies. Everywhere you turned, even driving multiple hours in different directions, the mountains were never out of sight. We only stayed in Denali for 2 days and then headed back down to spend the rest of our trip in Anchorage. I didn't film the VRBO that we stayed in there, but I will have both linked below. On our way back down to Anchorage, we made a pit stop at Eklutna Lake. We visited right on the edge of spring, so the mountains were still snowy and the lake still had some ice on it, but everything was just starting to wake up for the season and it was still so beautiful. There's something really special about experiencing a new place with people you love. None of us had ever been to Alaska before, and this was definitely a bucket list trip. Everywhere we went, I just kept thinking, wow, God, I can't believe that you made a place that looks this incredible. And it actually made me appreciate the beauty of where we live in Minnesota even more when we came home. I think that most often traveling to a really stunning place can make us more discontent with where we are now. It's easy to look at where other people live and be jealous if we feel that it's more beautiful. But the more places that I've lived throughout my life, the more I appreciate that each are amazing in their own ways. The lakes, farms, and trees are beautiful in Minnesota in one way, and the mountains, ocean, and wildlife are beautiful in Alaska in another. I'm most thankful for getting to capture these memories and hopefully to inspire you to see the beauty in both the big and the small moments of life. The second VRBO that we stayed in was under a mile from the bay, so every night we would walk over to watch the sunset over the mountains. The last day that Harrison and I were there, we all went on a day cruise in Seward, a little coastal town next to the Kenai Fjords National Park. This was by far our favorite day of the whole trip. You'll see why.
Watching